What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
What's up, guys? Rick in here.
And in today's video, we're going to give you a $100,000 per year action plan guide and really break down exactly how to get it going for wholesaling real estate, how to make your first 100K, and really get down to the basics of wholesaling real estate because I'm excited for this one.
That'll
And
be fun.
we're going to break that down today. And also for everyone watching this, we have we got some very interesting news coming. We'll do it in about an hour. It's going to be interesting. That's all I could say. It's something that I am always obviously going to reveal live because you have a live tomorrow, so we can't do it together tomorrow. So we're going to have an interesting announcement in about an hour. And let's talk about the 100K a year, though, too. It's going to be fun. So let's break it down and let's share exactly how to get it going. So if you want to make $100,000 per year, I think even with inflation, it's easier now than it was back then. And in our opinion, our average deal is $40,000 ish. It's creeping up there, but that's like two and a half deals for us. We just finished out $125,000 deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like those deals are out there, those big ones. And this isn't a video on how to do those big deals, but I'm just letting you know that for a lot of people, doing $100,000 deal seems like out of the ordinary until you do it. I remember starting out in this business. I think you did too. It's like making $100,000 per year just in 1 year, like seemed like this crazy pie in the sky thing until it happened, right?
Yeah, it was a little mind blowing. So I just started to go, listen, let me make 10K and see if this thing works. And remember, you do 10K 10 times, that's 100 grand. And that's not even like reaching far.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, 10K would be one of your lighter type of deals, but it's not uncommon to do 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K. And you throw in one more of those plus all your other deals, it adds up really quick.
Guys, I'm telling you right now. So we're going to share exactly like the game plan to make 100K this year. The cool part about this is this game plan, you could spend money on it, and you also don't have to spend any money on it. So that's the cool part. So I'm excited. Like, this is a fun live today we're having because I know I'm going back to the nitty gritty of why I started this channel, why we're started this channel. And that was documenting my journey, documenting your journey. I mean, if you see the first couple videos, I'm going on appointments, I'm trying to get these deals. It's just funny. And I really wanted to break down that today and get it going. And then we have some fun announcements. I know the Gurus watch are not going to be happy about this one, and we're not going to reveal too much, but stuff's about to go down. The world is a crazy place right now.
I didn't ask for it, by the way.
Yeah, the world is a crazy place, and it's about to get crazier in Guru land. So I'm excited. So guys, if you are ready to go, if you're ready to change your life, let's get it going. So there's only one thing we can really do. That's really jack the people up.
Let's go.
Get excited. So, woo!
Come on.
Ready to go? Let's get it. Cue the intro.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Oh, yeah, let's get it. I'm excited for this one. So I'm ready to go, guys. I'm ready to share exactly how to make 100K. If you're ready to go, I want to hear it. I want to hear the people know that this is fun. This is exciting. You guys are excited to learn today from this. And I'm jacked up today. So this is ready. I guess that's where can I download this pump up clip? We'll be just doing some interesting things about that in the future, too. We might start giving out that clip out for select people. And it might be a gift, a lot of people
Maybe
like
we
it.
could just get it posted all over the internet.
Oh my gosh.
That drive people nuts.
It would drive a lot of people nuts. So let's kind of break down, guys. So you want to make $100,000 per year. A lot of people think that's too daunting of a task. And really what I think a lot of people have success with, and this is what's changed me, my business, and obviously changed you with your business, is once you started simplifying the quote unquote complicated things, it gets a lot easier. It's kind of like a saying that I always hear you say too. It's like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
Right? It's like I did a video yesterday on virtual wholesaling. It's like people think it's 6 steps really, and a lot of the steps are really simple. So I'm excited about this one. I'm ready to go. So let's kind of break down the numbers on making $100,000 per year. And I like thinking about this. I talk to people over the phone about this. And I think it's pretty mind-boggling. But really what I've seen is $100,000 per year. It really breaks down to about 10 deals a year, right? Like that's what I've seen. Your average, say 10,000 around the country, right?
Yeah, I mean 10,000, and the number 10 grand is because you're still going to be learning the game. So I don't care if you paid the highest, most expensive guru, you are going to have a learning curve. You do it for free or you paid, there is a learning curve. Paying a chunk of money does not change. It might speed it up a little bit, but I started out much less than 10,000. I did, I think my first deal was like, I did like a couple of $3,000 deals. And then I finally go, I'm not accepting less than 10. And the minute I did that, I never did a deal below 10.
Yeah.
And it's just your expectation setting it forward. So the old adage, whereas you do have to write down a goal and you do have to have a game plan to get there. But I find people, they way overcomplicate the goal. So 10 deals, 10K, it's really as simple as that. And honestly, you might get there in 6 months. You might get there in 3 months.
Guys, your journey is different. Like everybody's journey is different in wholesaling real estate. And I found that out pretty quick.
Depends on your market, your willingness to do it.
Like we've seen this. I've seen, like, especially from this channel, it's like I can see somebody brand new in this business. They make like 40K their first like 2 months. And then you got somebody who's like, it took them 2 months to even get the courage to make a call. And then they got their first call a year later. But here's the thing. That guy or gal that got their first deal really quick, let's see what happens in 5 years, right? Because you see the stories of a lot of 7-figure wholesalers. A lot of them struggle in the beginning too. Some do really well in the beginning, but like everyone's on a different journey. And remember, guys, it is a marathon, not a race.
Well, let me explain this to you. You said that hit the nail on the head. Somehow wholesaling has become this, I don't know how we got labeled this high hustle, high energy, flash checks, make a ton of money quickly. And I'm telling you, I actually took my time learning it. Now I had to work a job and do it. Now I was really excited, like a lot of people on this channel, but I find the people that actually, here's a little secret, the people who do best in wholesaling, they work through it. So if it takes you 6 months or a year to figure this out and they always say, get out your comfort zone. I'm all about that. But I've seen so many people sprint out the door, make 100K, and you never see them again.
Yep.
So I rather you actually take your time, even if you made 75 doing it part-time, and then after that, you got a great foundation. If you look at it for long-term, like a marathon, you do not need to run a 4-minute mile out the gate. No. You will actually burn yourself out, and you're going to burn your family out. And like, take it from me. If you want to do this in 10, 20, or till the day you die, take the time and do it right. And any shortcut you take is going to cost you a ton of time and money. So like when someone goes, oh my God, he's so amazing. Look how much business he did in 90 days. I'm always suspect of those people a little bit because you have to have the fortitude to get through it. I've been doing this 20 years, guys. I'm telling you, man, you get a lot of highs and lows. And I found some of the people I partnered, I did a lot of business with, they quit in like 2 or 3 years and go do something else. And it makes no sense to get into this business to go do something else.
No, and here's the thing, kind of like what I was saying before too. It's just, you cannot, comparison is the thief of joy. Like if you compare yourself to someone else, you're constantly going to feel bad about yourself. Let me tell you this one, like it is a marathon, not a sprint every single time I say it. So if you see someone doing better than you now, just give it give it a year or two, just keep going. I'm telling you, it is amazing. One analogy I can always say, it's like you watch like NFL players that like didn't do well in college.
Tom Brady.
Like Tom Brady, it's like if he compared himself, he never won the Heisman. He's probably the worst football player
Sixth
ever.
round, and he's now considered the greatest football player ever.
Yeah. I mean, he had 22 plus years to do it, but like it is not like I'm telling you, like Michael Jordan got cut from his basketball team in high school. If he cut off at that point and just stopped, that he would have lost the race, right? He didn't make the basketball team, right? But guess what? He kept going. So, but here's another thing too. Like when I say comparison is the thief of joy, I'm going to say this. This is not controversial. You and me are unanimous on this. I think a lot of people can smell this a mile away. Let me know if you agree with this, because you've said this to me a couple times, and we both kind of said the same time.
Okay.
When you agree that 95% of people online in real estate wholesaling lie, like they lie about mostly everything.
Dude, 100%.
They lie.
I
saw a TikTok, Dad.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok. This guy in wholesaling real estate claimed his net worth was $900 million, and he was trying to sell you on a mastermind.
And then they had about 6 or 7 others there.
I'm not going to talk about the rest
and
of
they
that.
were all over 500 million. I'm in awe because
I'm in awe.
I've never had the privilege of being in a room. Like, listen, guys, at some point you start throwing numbers around that, you're going to have to prove it. Like
when I see a net worth of $900 million plus, I need it. And you're trying to sell a mastermind.
Yeah.
Do you know any billionaires out there trying to peddle a mastermind for 10, 15K? No. You got Tony Robbins, but like Tony Robbins' net worth isn't even 900 million. Like it's up there. Trust me. It's up there, but he's not like,
so Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone haven't achieved that level, but your wholesaling business has. Like at some point, like, dude, I'm sure you do well, but that is an outrageous claim.
Okay, hold on. Russian Eskimo. I will say this off the bat. He's talking about Paul this is not about Paul McComas. I will tell you right now, he has never claimed his net worth is that, and that is not who I will tell you though. If you mention a name,
you know Paul, right?
I don't know Paul.
Okay,
I don't know him personally.
This has nothing to do with Paul.
But I will say this though. I don't want anyone to misconstrue what I'm saying. It is not him who I'm talking about.
Take that off there. I don't want.
No, but I don't want Paul to go hit me up and say, Zach, guys, that's not who I'm talking about. But somebody else on TikTok about wholesaling has claimed a $900 million net worth. I can just tell you right now, these people are lying. So if I try to compare myself to that person,
that's a huge number, dude. Like honestly, but like you can't just throw a number out that and like back. Honestly, 90 million's impressive.
But here's the problem. It mentally messes with people. It's like, hey, I'm not at this person's level.
Yeah.
I must be terrible. I see 18-year-old kids claiming I do $500K a month. Prove it. I need to see proof.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you right now, if somebody goes and sees that, they're going to feel bad about themselves only making $200K a year, right? Like, guys, comparison is the thief of joy. So whatever I said, I am not, none of those people in those comments, those are not who I'm talking about.
No,
I do not talk about those names.
But we don't throw this stuff out there. People throw it all the time.
But guys, go on TikTok and watch. It's ridiculous. And this is on Instagram too. I'm telling you, I hate to see 18-year-old kids try to compare themselves to other 18-year-olds who's making $500K a year, make them feel bad. Guys, I don't like, the thing is when we do our business, all of our stuff's basically public because we do wholesaling.
Yeah.
Look us up. We have stuff in trust. It's hard to look up. But like what I can tell you is, I'm not saying
I
that
make 900 million. I don't claim a net worth like that because it's
I'm sorry, guys.
It's such an outrageous number.
I'm sorry. I get excited on a $100,000 deal. That it gets me like my blood rushing. You can tell my net worth ain't $900 million. Okay.
But guys, if you want to find out like if someone's for real, just simply ask them for the last 5 HUDs. And you can do an estimation of like what people earn. Like it's not complicated. When they spin you and go, well, it's confusing. My students do it. Heed the warning. Money talks, BS walks. Make people prove it up. And remember, if you're dealing with a salesperson, most likely they are not going to be the person that designed the program. They're going to be the person who coaches you through the program. Mm-hmm. Your biggest enemy you have to battle is number one, all the lies that are on the internet. And it's not specific to wholesaling. It's ridiculous in a lot of things. For some reason, wholesaling is the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like if you're comparing, let's say you want to start comparing. Let's actually use some real comparisons, right? You're 19 years old. You've been wholesaling for a year. You haven't got a deal. You compare yourself to this kid trying to sell you a course and he's claiming $500K a month. You feel bad. But guess what else you should compare yourself to? Compare yourself to Rick when he was 19 years old.
Dude, you don't want to do that.
But here's the thing. Like, once you compare yourself to that, like, hey, Rick had wholesaling at 19. He didn't even know what wholesaling was till 10 plus years later. So it's like, if you really want to compare yourself to him. Like, he was nothing until like he started wholesaling at 30 for wholesaling knowledge. So it's like, start comparing yourself to those people, right? Mark Cuban, like, how old was he until he started making it? Like, I'm just telling you guys, like, don't, like, if you're going to truly compare yourself and make yourself feel bad, compare yourself to other people, like to everyone. And it's your own journey. That's all I can tell you. So when I say this, it's your own journey.
I find people's net worth and then what they say, like their target sales goal. It's like a wish list. Now, I'm not knocking, like, if you want it, but you're going to have to put the work. You're not getting $900 million overnight. Honestly, you have to have a huge operation.
I don't know a wholesaler with $1 billion net worth.
I don't know. There's not one. I know there's not one. And those ones go, oh, no, come on, dude. Like, seriously. Like, do not mix the two up. Wholesaling is a phenomenal career path, but 900 million.
The billionaires in real estate are like the Stephen Ross's, Michael Bloomberg. Like, those are just like, but that's like crazy New York development money. Like, I'm just like, that's a different game.
No, but 900 million, you're exceeding Tony Robbins, you're exceeding Grant Cardone.
This is
people that have very, very high marketable brands with ridiculous sales, and they're still striving to get that number. So, like, sometimes it sounds too good to be true. I'm just like, this is
Gary
crazy.
Vee's been chasing that his entire
Gary
life.
Vee's been chasing that, and the guy can make $90 million in a drop of his hat, and he's still not at that number. So, and nobody ever calls anyone to the plate. And like, we constantly, I guess we get in trouble for telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Guys, there's billionaires in wholesaling. Like, give me, I can't.
Yeah.
I should shut my mouth.
I'm not getting in trouble, but like, someone wholesaling single family real estate, they're not a billionaire.
There's no way. Like, it's mathematically I'm not going to say it's impossible, but you guys are constantly comparing yourself to people. Remember, the internet is just a tool for someone to put their opinion out there. It is up to you to decide what's coming out of their mouth, if it's truth or a bunch of BS. You guys know, I'm just going to go here. You're not going to like it. There was a wholesale coach that was out there, just claimed, and actually, I kind of liked what he said. But when it all came to fruition, it was just a shell. It was all BS. And you know what? You know how he made all his money? He was collecting $35,000 masterminds where he took you on a boat. You got a nice dinner. You got some like BS training for like a day and a half. And then what they do is, I'm worth $1 billion. You need to learn from me. He's not in the business anymore. He's doing Forex. You guys know it's ridiculous.
Well, Forex, Amazon FBA.
It was Amazon, Forex.
They all changed. But I'm just telling you. So at the end of the day, guys, do not be comparing yourself.
Do not compare yourself to these people. At 33, I started wholesaling. I had no idea what I was doing. Like a lot of you people watch this channel. I just need to find and get direction, which unfortunately I had to go through a lot of the hard school of knocks. I paid people a lot of money to find out they didn't know anything. And I'm just trying to save you guys some of that. People are like, oh my God, you guys, but your course is free. And if you compare it to someone who's paid, I'm telling you, it's not the exact same course. It's better. I have no catch. I told you, we're here to change this industry. They're doing the exact same teachings now, techniques that I was introduced 20 years ago. And guys, the world has changed since then. So stop believing all the hype out there. Get started. Go to freewholesaling.com. If you want to pay me for it, then fine. Send me a message. I'll take your payment and I'll give it to charity if I have to. But that payment is not going to be the difference of you being successful or not. I'm telling you, guys, we don't even ask for testimonials. I think there was 3 or 4 posted today. It is endless, guys. So you don't need it. The biggest battle you're going to have is the lies told you on the internet. Okay. So unless you get to know that person personally, I would be careful in what they say and take it as a grain of salt. And number 2, this is the biggest battle you have up in your head. You constantly doubting if you can do this. I went through this, guys. I didn't do it until I was 33. So if you're 18, 19 now and you're kicking yourself, I didn't figure it out until I was 33. I did everything wrong. I partied. I chased girls. I did stupid stuff. I didn't know. I went to college. I tried all these proven paths. And at 33, I said, I have no more tolerance for this. I got to find something. And I got to tell you, wholesaling in general, it is phenomenal, but you got to pick the right path. You got to take the direction. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be up to your action. There is no fee in the world that's going to make you successful. For some reason, when people pay, it makes them feel like, oh, I paid. It's got to be legit.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that ain't true in wholesaling. Sometimes it is, but for the most part, you're going to get the exact same training you get here for free. So heed the warning, fight the battle up here. Let's move forward.
Yeah. So I'm telling you guys, just stop comparing yourself. And let's simplify it. So it's like 10 deals, right? That's all it really takes to make $100K a year in wholesaling real estate. So if we do that, this is something I love doing. And this is where, like, I'm a big math person. I'm a bigger math person than you, but like
I suck at math.
But like,
other than crunching numbers to do a deal, suddenly I'm a mathematician. But you give me a calculus book or an algebra book, I will literally run. Like, I have like horror stories.
Yeah, but your strength of talking to people are bar none. So it's like everybody has different skill sets, and some people can have a lot of skill sets and a lot of things too. But what I usually do is I always reverse engineer things, and it's the best way I have figured out to make wholesaling predictable. That's the best thing I found. So it really breaks down to what is reverse engineering. It's like you just got to do the math. Like, do the math, man. So really, if we figure out, we got to do 10 deals a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many leads to get one deal, right? Like, you got to think about that. So let's kind of break down the one. So drawing for dollars, I'm giving rough numbers, okay? My market, average market, right? 300 to 500 leads for a drawing for dollars deal, okay? We're looking 3,000 to 5,000 high equities for a cold call or SMS deal. Roughly 6,000 for direct mail, postcards, 300 probate mailers or probate calls, if you will. I've seen it's probably closer to 200, but like 150, 200 door knocks. Depends how you're door knocking. 300 bandit signs usually, or like using like 1,000 niche lists. So we figure out like how many leads per deal we got to do. So let's just do a quick math, right? If I got to do 500 drawing for dollars leads and calling to get one deal, if we multiply that by 10, we get to work, right? 500 times 10 is 5,000. So that means I figured out, hey, I need to hit 5,000 drawing for dollars leads this year. Let's do the math, right? Let's do 5,000.
Should I take a break while you do the math? Or?
I'm doing the math. 5,000 divided by 52. That's 96. 96.1. So 97 drawing for dollars leads a week. That's all you really got to that's all you got to look it up, right? 97 a week.
So guys, when you look at these lists, let me give you a couple hints, because the reality is, if you guys haven't learned this by school now, everybody has a different capacity for learning.
Yeah.
Some just suck it in like a sponge, and others take it as you go along. I'm the type of person that, like, I don't figure it out the quickest, but once I have it, I will master it. So unfortunately, this is like my calling is now wholesaling. I picked up really quick because I liked it. But like in school, I would have to study something a lot more. Whereas he pick it up in a day or two, it might take me a few months. Heck, it might even take me a year.
Yeah.
When we talk about that marathon sprint, don't worry about it. I know people in this business that have had full-blown dyslexia with huge challenges. And they're some of the most phenomenal, but it almost took them out in the beginning. They go, Rick, I have a learning disorder. I can't do this. I don't care what your disorder is. If you have a passion to change it, you can do it. And also keep in mind, we're setting a $100,000 goal. Let me even simplify it further. I like to have a deadline on it. It helps.
Yeah.
Fight till you get your 100 grand. If you get it in 3 months or you get it in 13 months, do the 100 grand threshold. Get to 100 grand. And then once you get so much knowledge and skill set, you can reevaluate that. All these things Zach's putting up here, you don't have to do every one of them. But if you have a $100,000 goal, you go, okay, I need 10 deals, 10 grand. Now you break it down. We're doing a reverse engineering here and go, hey, I need to do all these. You might be looking and go, holy crap, that's a lot. You don't have to do every one of them, but pick, like if you're a big bandit sign person, then instead of 300, do 500. And if you're not going to do cold calling, you're going to have to double down on bandit signs. Just pick it and go with it. Don't try to do everything, but you have to keep adding to it as you go, and just keep the gas going till you hit that 100 grand. Because once you hit that gas and you get the momentum, you won't stop. The 100 grand, you're going to come back. You're going to laugh at us. You're going to do one deal, do 100 grand and go, okay, now I'm done. What do I do? Like, hey, that's a great problem to have, right?
Yeah.
So
I agree. So the thing we're trying to say is figure out what type of marketing you're going to do and then just go hard on it. Like multiply that by 10.
yeah,
Just figure out what type of marketing you want to do. Multiply that by 10. That's how much you got to get done a year. Divide that by how many weeks in the year. And do the math.
just don't skip probates.
Don't skip probates.
I'm just telling you, that's the one that leads to, you get one probate deal and it gives you a $42,000 profit. You're already 40% at your goal on one deal. So probates will lead you to that promised land. They'll also open creative opportunities and subject twos. They're challenging to get at the right price. Anybody can get a subject to deal. The question is, do you get it at the right pricing and the right structure? If you're a beginner wholesaler, the best creative financing deals always come out of probates. Why? Because taking a deed from a dead person, it's just the truth of it. When they have a mortgage, there's no risk to the estate to pass that mortgage on to you if you can cash them out.
I agree. So at the end of the day, it's like just do the math, reverse engineer the deal, and it'll come through. What I've personally found though is that if you're going to do the marketing strategies, like if you really just want to start out no money, it's like I would say cold calling, bandit signs, reverse drawing for dollars, and regular drawing for dollars. That's probably going to be the trifecta of like most people, right? And what do you do the cold calling on? The regular government lists, your water shutoffs, your code violations, fire damage properties, probates. Like just go through the whole government list at freewholesaling.com. And that's exactly how I'd get started in this business. Like if I started out, I'd cold call government lists. I would drive for dollars. And if bandit signs work, I would implement bandit signs. If you want to get started in this business, like that would be my action plan. That'd be my blueprint for starting out.
See, I did bandit signs early, and then I felt, okay, I don't have to run around the car. I used to do it in the middle of the night on a cold Florida night. And then I let it die down for a long time. And then when he started getting in the business, I just said, listen, I go, why don't we do some bandit signs? I don't really want to do it if you want to do it. And you were like, dude,
yeah, bandit signs were
so
great.
I forgot about it. And we found hundreds of thousands of dollars saving bandit signs with a 16, 17-year-old kid. So I'm just telling you, sometimes us old guys, sometimes we have to open up and look through a filter through a young woman or man's lens to open it up. Like, don't let your ego tell you something doesn't work.
No.
Yeah. And I tell you, every one of you, lose your ego is the greatest asset in wholesaling. Lose your ego. Your biggest battle you're going to have is up here. $100,000. I'm telling you, once you do it, your confidence will go through the roof. And you know what you're going to go? I just made 100 grand. So what's stopping you from making $1 million? It's not that much more. And once you do it, you solidify it, and then things open up. Like it changed your world when I showed it to you. And it's like, so he was working in a grocery store trying to figure it out. I hated every minute of it. It was one of those parenting experiences. Like I need to find something else.
It's wholesaling real estate. So at the end of the day, if you get your ego out of this business, it's going to help you out a lot. So if you want to start making 100K per year, just simplify this business. A lot of you guys complicate it. We can tell your stories till, the cows come home. But what I'm telling you is just start taking action today. Most people fail of why they don't make their first 100K in this business or get their first deal is because they have that analysis paralysis and they fail to actually start. Take the action, suck it up, take the action. I promise you, your future self will thank you. Unfortunately, the winners in this business are the ones that take action. So you not taking action now, I can tell you this, like every single person that's gotten a deal has taken action. And every single person that has not gotten a deal has taken some action, but not massive action to get the deal. So the thing is, you got to think about, if I want to be in this section of people that get in deals, I got to take the action. I got to start. The people analysis paralysis, you don't get a deal being in that section.
No, you can educate yourself.
Take action.
Smart, but you gotta like take action. And the problem with action, it makes you really uncomfortable and it's scary. But I'm telling you, if you do not go through that, you will not get to the other side. There's no way around that. I mean, there's just, we could do it till we turn blue. So I'm just Guys, it's all within your wheelhouse. Stop comparing yourself to everyone. You don't need to be Zach. You don't need to be Rick. Guys, when I started out, I felt honestly, if I could make like 25, 30,000, it would make a huge difference in my life. And as the deal started stacking up, I go, you know what? I'm pretty good at this if I keep at it. And I made a ton of mistakes along the way. And you're going to make them too. No, like that's how we learn. If you take how you learned in school, like where you take a test and you're going to like pass, and that's not how life works. You don't get to retake the test in real life. There's no such thing as a failure. It's a learning experience or you had a success. And honestly, the person inside you is always going to define when you get your teeth kicked in, because I've made the most money when I was down on my luck. Something didn't work out. A partnership fell apart. A business plan didn't work. I just go in and I dive in and I come up with a plan. And then usually within 3 or 4 months, it's unbelievable. And I go back, I go, man, I made my money when I struggled the most.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you guys are doing really good, be scared, because that's when you get super, super complacent. And remember, you got to keep it going. Most of you are a one-person army. You've got to do the marketing. You got to do the sales. You got to do all the appointments, and you got to do the dispo. Guys, I did it 7 years. That's why I'm so good at you talking about it. I taught him how to do it. We just want to get you out the gate. And then once you get some time and experience on your belt, you make your first 100 grand, you're going to be open up to such a wide array of people you can work with and things you can do, but you can make a decision who you're going to work with. Guys, find authentic people that are exactly how they are on camera when you ever meet them in person and what they do, and make sure they are active in wholesaling. If they're not active in wholesaling, you're getting extremely dated information and you're going to get trendy stuff that helps with sales. At the end of the day, we just want to help you get deals. You guys put testimonials all the time. I don't solicit for testimonials because, let's face it, the gurus just cherry pick them. So if they got 10 students, you get one testimonial, that means 9 people failed. That's the reality of the business. So I wish they do it like Amazon, where I like to see 5,000 reviews. You know, you're going to have like just 10% haters on there.
Mm-hmm.
But when 100% of them are positive, it's like, like you're just picking it. So guys, it's all in you. It's a battle in your head. Stop comparing to other people, because most of the stuff you're comparing to is completely fake. $900 million net worth as a wholesaler.
Ridiculous.
Not in this lifetime.
Oh my gosh.
They'd be business partners with either Bezos, even a Tony Robbins, a Grant Cardone. And I don't say those names lightly. I mean, those people have done the test of time. They didn't do it wholesaling though.
Yeah. So guys, that's all I could say on that part. So this is Thursday. So we get the people one-on-one get to talk to us. So that's pretty exciting. We got some interesting lives tomorrow from you. You're gonna be talking about it. I'll hype you up, be your hype man, but you're gonna be explaining the game plan of what if the market crashes, or what if something crazy happens. You know, the world's kind of nuts right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a lot of unknowns in the future right now. Nothing that wholesalers can't handle. Like obviously, like if something crazy happens, I'm not going to say any buzzwords because I don't want the algorithm to pick it up, but I think everyone knows what we're talking about. We'll just in case a market crash happens for real estate, we'll just give you a game plan. And I hope and pray, you know, for most people that there's no, nothing bad happens. There's no market crash, but if real estate crashes, we're going to make more money than we have right now. So like we're not hoping for it, but if it does, it's good because we can make a ton of money. And hopefully the gurus get less money. But we want to break down a game plan tomorrow on what to do if that happens, right?
Yeah, because been
Don't
around
reveal
20
too much,
years.
but yeah.
I've spent a lot of time discussing this subject, and I will tell you this. Number one, nobody has a crystal ball. So
Except
when
me.
somebody makes a prediction, they're 100% guessing on their opinion. Okay? I've even been wrong 100%. I admit it. The difference between some people admit it, some people just like, my favorite one is when they just keep reforecasting until they get it right. And then like, I told you so. Like, well, you were wrong the other 5 times. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. I got a lot of experience in this. Guys, if you do wholesaling, a shift in the market, it just changes a little bit how you operate, but we do very, very well. So when people go, what are you going to do if the market melts down? I'm like, I'm gonna make a boatload of money.
we're not going to tell you, like, we'll tell you tomorrow what to do, but that's going to be fun.
No, it's and you get short windows to do it. But I'm just, there's always going to be a change in the markets, go up and down. They have to, otherwise it's not a free market, and we would have a problem. So do yourself a favor before you watch it. Go look up the last 50 or 100 years of like real estate market cycles. You'll see trends, and when you see trends, if you ever took statistics or anything like that, you can kind of figure it out. Although we've had some crazy global events probably over the last 3 to 4 years that were completely unforeseen. So I hope that it prepares you, like worst case scenarios can happen. And you all know what happened with the recent thing. We thought the opposite was going to happen. And we thought things would go majorly down, and it went, an extreme opposite direction.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like, if you're freaking out what's going on now, do me a favor and look up every past global conflict, quote unquote, that's happened, and look at what happened after. The biggest boom in history for real estate has always happened after something like that. You can even argue after the 70s of what happened there happened. There's a huge boom in real estate.
No, we'll go in it. We'll save it for that show.
We'll save it for that show. We'll break it down. But I'm telling you, like, no matter what happens, we're holding your hand. We're going to share, because you made a ton of money in market crashes. We do a ton of other stuff that we'll break down tomorrow. But the thing is, it's like we're one of the few YouTube channels that have actually been through collectively through crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of the biggest real estate crashes ever. And that's going to be fun, because not a lot of gurus can say that. And not a lot of gurus can actually show you a HUD from 2009 and 10 of you actually doing deals, which
I think 95% of the people teaching any type of wholesaling started from 2013 on. Go do your research on it.
90, yeah.
Okay. That's when I pulled out like 2013, 14, because you guys are nuts the way you're selling this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I go, you guys have just lost your stuff. I just went back in the wholesaling. I love it. I love talking to people. I thought for a long time, there's got to be a better way to teach this. This is ridiculous how we're doing it. And now we're seeing courses that are 70, 80% cheaper than they were 20 years ago. How can that be?
I know.
It's called saturation.
So we'll break down exactly what's going to happen, what's going to go on.
I saw a post the other day. Somebody posted on Facebook. They have a secret tool.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
When you guys listen, code secret means
there's no secret.
You give me money, and I'm going to give you a secret. There's no more secrets. There's not secrets, guys. Please stop selling the secret. The secret is a documentary scam that like hundreds of millions of dollars to make, and all they do is tell you in the end, think positive and good things will come your way.
Didn't have a CD of that?
Yeah, The Secret.
I remember when I was like 4, you had a CD.
I was thinking, you
had a
this
CD.
Is crazy. So I just sit there and think positively and good. There's so much more in that. It's just a hype video, because the work is in the discipline. Discipline, you create consistency, persistence. You can't do it just by having positive thoughts all day. Like, it's only going to go so far.
Yeah, but here's at the end of the day, there is no secret in this real estate wholesaling business.
No secrets, guys.
But what happens though?
That is the secret.
But here's the thing: what happens is a lot of people there's no secrets in this business and in wholesaling. But what people do, which I'll reveal it right now,
they rename stuff.
They rename stuff.
Yeah, they repackage it.
So they repackage it. So let's say I was going to sell you guys a course, right? And I had to think of something really, really creative for, let's just call it, I'm trying to think of like what I could repackage something. I would do, I'd probably do this. I'll call it the $0 reaching out method or something like that. And I knew that if I just had JV deals, or if I sent out free emails, or I had people, like I had leads coming to me, and I'd charge you $10,000 to learn it, right? With a secret marketing strategy. I'm literally, if it's just an RV, like let's say it's just how to do free texting, or have someone cold call and partner up and cold call for you, or do drawing for dollars for you, or reverse drawing for dollars, I'd repackage it a sexy name, and you think it's new, right? And it's my secret to doing it. There's people out there doing drawing for dollars courses, and they'll repackage it,
they rename it, but
they repackage it something sexy, or like the Elite Crucible or something like that. And then they'll charge you, but like they'll use a different name for it. Guys, at the end of the day, once you get in those little courses, it's like, okay, so now we're going to do is drive for dollars. Like they're like, wait, that's the Elite Crucible method. Yeah, that's what the Elite Crucible method is. I'm like, what? But that's something Zach says for free. So there's no secret in this business. It is all repackaged.
It's repackaged, guys. I've been in this business 20 years. I'm telling you, I see, I did a video on, I'm just going to spit it out there. Novation agreements. Dude, it's been around forever. It's not a wholesaling method at all.
Oh, it was a big secret.
It's a legal agreement. And now we're teaching people that have never done real estate on how to record liens, how to do power of attorneys, and how to partner up with distressed homeowners. Listen, I've done them, but they happen naturally. And you want to talk about bringing a bad name to wholesaling? If you've never done a deal before and you're being walked through on an novation agreement, they have a lot of downside. What if the property doesn't sell for what the homeowner expects? And how are you going to get your I recorded a lien and got power of attorney. Well, good luck if that ever goes to court. I'm sure the judge will love that. So let me get this. You're a professional investor. You have no ability to close. You recorded a lien and you told them you can't help them and you have power of attorney. Yeah, let's go to trial right away on that one. So guys, I'm just saying there's no secrets. Stop buying into anybody's got this secret or anything like that. Listen, if you want to do a course straight up, I'll go ahead and give props. I actually love the people that title courses for what they are.
Yeah.
Thank you. Stop making it complicated. I don't mind acronyms and like that, but like these, have you ever heard of the Novation secret? I'm like, that's not a secret.
Well, they don't call
it's been
it
around for hundreds of
years.
They'll
call it the seller collaboration method. Like that. But I'm just so there's no secrets in this business, guys. It's repackaged to you. I get asked this. Have you? What do you think about this course? I'm like, that's a course that teaches you how to drive for dollars.
That's a course within our course.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. But let's stop the guru talk till we hit 15 more minutes or 20 more minutes.
No, I'm just trying to save you guys. Yeah. Listen, you guys have two ways to have control over the wholesaling industry. Number one, obviously your money. I don't want you to give money if you don't feel it's legit. There are some really bad wholesale courses out there. Okay. So the best way to protect yourself is vet it. Ask them for the last minimum five wholesales they've done, and don't ask for their students' deals because those don't count. If they're not active in the business, why would you take direction from them? It's not like a football coach that played 20 years ago. It doesn't work that way in wholesaling. Number two, your time. Who you're going to spend the most time with is going to dictate where you're going to go. In wholesaling, you want to find people that are authentic. I'm not here, like the way we don't collect money directly from you at all allows me to tell you the truth. So I'm like that dad or uncle that I'm just going to tell you how it is, because I'm not going to sit here. So if you gave me 10 grand, I feel obligated to go, come on, Zach, you can do it. You can flip this house. Come on, buddy. Knowing he's failing, instead of just saying, Zach, you're doing everything wrong. If you don't follow this method, there's nothing I can do to help you. And guys, when you come on the lives, be constructive with your information. If you spend time on the one-on-one lives and you complain, I can't help you. He can't help you. You're wasting your time complaining. Hey, I'm struggling with this. I've tried this, this, and that. Can you give me some direction with it? But I've had people come on that like, I get it. There are frustrating parts, but whenever you have someone and you either got time or money on the line, utilize your time correctly and get the information you can. Because we can sit here and talk all day. Like, I love talking to people, but I can't help your business if you're just going to tell me everything that's wrong and you're tired of it and it's old. So give me history, factual information, and say, hey, listen, what do you think of this? Or what do I need the most help in that? And I'm just going to tell you, and I'm going to prepare you guys. Zach's pretty rough on you, but like, I'm just to the point. I'll tell you if it doesn't work. 9 times out of 10, when you guys goes, I can't sell this deal. I already know what the problem is before you tell me it. You paid too much for it. And so many of these courses don't want to tell you, because part of the hook is get a property under contract, right? So many gurus think that's the test. That's not. That doesn't mean anything. You have to produce that and put profit. And by the way, when you hear the word profit, profit means money went into your bank account and it's more than what you started with. That's the definition of profit. I see profit. Oh, we just locked this deal up. We got 100 grand in equity. Equity's not profit, guys.
Yeah. So
that's my rant. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Let's hop some people on here. Let's talk. This is Thursday, so we love talking to people here. And this is
Are we live?
we're live. Oh yeah, this is the Wholesaling Houses for Real Mastermind call. So to get on here, you have to be part of the Mastermind, and we'll let you go. We had let some of the YouTube people on yesterday, so let's kind of talk to some people on here. So let's go number one here. We got Grant. Grant, what is up?
Hey guys, on the beach. Can't complain.
¿Cómo estás?
Where is he today?
¿Cómo estás?
Oh, bien, ¿y tú? Bien.
Muy bien.
Sound
Got
good.
the hairdo going on today.
Yeah, the wild wind hairdo, I guess.
Oh my
Look at all this hair.
Oh yeah. So,
I know, he's growing it out.
I'm getting short on it. I'm just giving it to him.
Yeah, but
All right, let me ask you this, okay? Would you recommend putting a lot of your profits back buying assets? And because that's what I'm thinking maybe would be the best idea is once I get the wholesale deals, buy assets and just park my money there. What do you think about that?
Grant, let me ask you a question because I've talked to you before. You have a kid, right? Or a kid or two?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is the thing you got to start thinking about. Now you can look at things from two perspectives, right? It's like, hey, I'm like 20, I'm young, I got no dependents, right? I could risk all my money and like I don't really have to like feed anybody, you know?
Yeah.
And then you get to a point where like, hey, you got kids, maybe a wife, like you have to actually support people. When you agree, you have to think at a different perspective, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
To a point. So it's like,
Grant, if you can find a way to, me and Zach talk about the 20% rule.
yeah.
A lot of people most people will never, ever try to even adhere to it. I failed miserably my first 33 years in life on it. Okay. I tried to keep up with the rat race, tried to have the nicest car, the nicest house. It gets you nowhere. So the first thing I would research. So you ever heard of the 20% rule?
Spend 20% and do 80% with save it? Or what do you
here's
think?
the deal. Whatever you make, if you can just live off 20% of it,
Okay.
you'll be a very wealthy person in life. Okay. The reality is 30 to 40% is going to go to some sort of tax basis. There's no way around it. Anytime you do in the United States. So that's 40 plus 20, that's 60. And then the other 40 is just, if you can use that to buy assets. The problem is most people don't understand what an asset is. So I thought a boat was a great asset. I still think it's a great asset, but it's not. So there's two types. You can't spend your whole life just buying performing assets to set you up. That is the perfect scenario. Every now and then you have to have something that makes you like happy. Life's short. Stuff can happen tomorrow. So if like you want a sailboat, it's not going to break the bank. You want a motorcycle. But at some point, Grant, how old are you now?
24.
Okay. So you're way ahead of the sacrifices. The sacrifice for most people your age is only about 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not a huge, and it goes by very fast. So I can't tell you what assets to buy because I'm not an expert in it. I'm just like you. I'm hunting for stuff all the time. The best asset, if you can buy it, is any type of distressed real estate. Remember, once you own it, it's a whole different animal. Like you have to feed it, take care of it, change its diaper, kick tenants out, and all that fun stuff. With stocks and stuff like that, just everything's a long haul. You can't time the market. And then you talk about a bunch of other stuff. So we're
not going to tell you to invest your money. I would tell you though, the best investment you can possibly make, Grant, is just buying your own creative financing deals. Like if you actually want to get in the net, what's the best? I wish I had 100 subject to deals right now I could buy. They're just not out there where I'm at. Now, if something crazy happens, it's going to be easy, right?
They'll be everywhere.
But those are 60% ROI per year, and I get to depreciate. Like that is number one.
Yeah.
You got to be able, first of all, to feed your family, like have a roof over your head, feed the family. After that, I would put in assets, like I just.
And don't stick all in one pool. So I was heavy real estate my first 10 years. 07, 08 hit. I had almost $2 million in private mortgages, and I lost 90% of them.
Oh, shit.
I lost
Wow.
work because I was naive. I was stupid. Okay. I should have been buying some other asset classes because, dude, you're 24. Like, you don't need a lot of this money till you're like in your 60s. So I'm telling you, if you can ride any asset class out a minimum of 5 years, you will very rarely be disappointed.
What do
So
you
so many
mean,
people
right? Like
react.
keep it for 5 years, or what are you saying about 5 years?
If you bought a stock and forgot about it in 5 years, and say, we had turmoil in the economy, we switch administrations, and maybe like there's even like a global like conflict, in 5 years it'll be right back, and then not more. So take I saw a good analogy. If you bought, say, 10 years ago, you wanted to buy a $70,000 Tesla or invest $70,000 in the Tesla stock, that 70,000 would, I think, have made you over $3 million.
Yeah.
And your car would have been worth 15 to 20 when it's all said and done. So
Yeah.
that's the sacrifice. Someone like 4 or 5 years, like you got to forego getting like
Okay.
that fancy car, because it's never going to pay you. It's going to make you feel
I'll
good.
tell you that. I did that as a kid. Like when I was like 18, 19, I wanted a brand new iPhone. I put $2,000 in Apple stock. Things worth like, I don't know, like stupid, like $7,000, $8,000 now. Like that iPhone probably would have been stupid by now, right? But like that's the way you got to look at it, right?
So if you
Worth
look
like
at stuff like
$10
that,
off eBay.
I like
Wait,
it.
what do you say?
It would have been worth $10 on eBay.
No,
The iPhone.
that's the thing.
So sometimes instead of taking that $1,200 and buying an iPhone, is if you buy $1,200 of stock. Like if you bought the Apple stock in like 1984, it's.
But the thing is, I mean, when I got this phone, I record all my YouTube videos on this phone. And this phone, when I started recording this YouTube channel where I bring in hundreds of thousands every year in JV deals. So it's like, you got to look at it from that perspective too. It's like
Mine's cracked, by the way.
it isn't cracked. It's a screen protector.
You sure?
It's a screen
I think it's
protector.
cracked.
I'll
The
give
screen
you a new
protector's
protector.
cracked?
This doesn't work.
Because your earpiece is bad. All right. But I'm just telling you, like, you got to look at it like that.
Grant, sit down.
But
are you married or?
No, we're engaged.
Okay, well, that I won't
But-
get into that part of it. But sit down with your family, and then like set up like some goals and like have fun with it. But you want to be buying assets. We're not here to tell you what assets to be, because
But you got to look at. If
I'm
you're
just thinking
global-
real estate. I'm just thinking about, like, did one probate deal, and it got me enough to buy a 3-2 good decent area, and pretty much almost get the rehab done. So I'm thinking own it cash. I don't have a loan on it. It's just low risk. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. I just wanted to see what you thought about buy them cash or creative
if you own
finance
it.
if possible.
If you own it, I would keep it. Like I would just keep it rented out. Like I'm just telling you, and then keep it near that area, and then you get a bunch. You can just get a property manager. I'm not telling you what to do, but you just got to look at it like that. Now,
You're on the right path, dude. Just find stuff that like you can connect with. The thing about like stocks, you can sell it in a second. There's no drama, but you're not in control of the value of it. That's the difference between stocks and real estate. There's other asset classes. I'm not getting into them because I'm a rookie like everybody else, and we just kind of learn. Listen, some of the investments you make, they're going to lose. Like that's how life works. So, but the idea is if you spread it along different classes, you can make it work. Like I've done precious metals. I've been waiting like 10 years for them to do anything. They don't do anything. It's like, I was told they're going to rocket through the, so like we're somewhat guessing. So like a mix across the board.
there's guessing, but then I'll say this, and then we could stop talking about asset buying.
Yeah.
But like everyone says, investing is riskier. But again, like Jim Rohn says, not investing is riskier. Keep that money in a bank account. So yes, it seems risky doing this, but like if you get something else like a no-brainer, like buying a rental property, buying like an large cap stock, buying just like pretty much tried and true stuff, you're like a Berkshire Hathaway stock. Like it's not something that's going to lose 90% of the value and then it goes to zero. Like if you do pretty common sense stuff, you're going to be fine. Now, once you start doing options on like crazy place for oil futures, like that's when you lose your money.
Here's my stock for you. You can't time the market. Just get in there, and when it drops down, prices go lower. Just find opportunities and buy, just like you do distressed real estate, and then just keep finding asset classes. And then you have to review it low. You can't just set it and like forget it. You just kind of review it, and you cannot react to markets. That's how people sell us really good properties. Like, oh my God, the market's melting. My tenant trashed it. I need to sell it quick. That
Right.
Everybody gets a mortgage. So you're on the right, dude. You're 24. I would trade your youth anytime. Like you're so far ahead of the game. So just come up with a commitment of what you want to invest a year. And then, me and Zach talked about this. You need you people that are under the age of 30, especially, you need to look at when you invest money with pre-tax and after-tax dollars. So I came from a generation where everything was, take the tax savings now, meaning if I got say 10 grand and I could deduct it through like a 401k or a SEP or whatever it was, I'd take the 10 grand, meaning I didn't pay taxes on it. And then I'll kick it down the road when I'm 60 some years old. Well, I can tell you this right now, Grant, taxes will be significantly higher than they are now when you retire. That could be a $5 million mistake if you get an asset class that explodes. So you don't have to do it. You can take advantage of it. But guys, you need to understand pre-tax. If you do after-tax dollars, that means say you put 100 grand in something and it wind up being $50 million. That 50 million is tax-free when you retire. Just ideas, stuff you want to talk about. So you can talk. I'm not a professional. I'm not a tax planner or anything like that. But I'm just telling you, if I had to go back in time, I would do everything like a lot of after-tax stuff. Just bite the bullet now, and then when you retire, you can kick back and you don't have. But we never retire in wholesaling.
Oh yeah,
he's trying to get me to retire. I won't.
No. That's what we got to say about that.
I like that hammock pattern in the back there.
The what? Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Not too shabby, huh? Can't complain too much.
On the beach, damn it. See, he's preaching everything we tell him. Like, watch the guy on the beach flipping properties.
We're miles from the beach. I'm not going to complain, but that's what I'd be doing, man. Just
you're on the right path, dude. You're 24. You're so far ahead of it. Just do not skip investing because you need your money to work for you. You guys got to keep an eye on the inflation. You can't just keep in the bank. But remember, sometimes it's okay to accrue cash when opportunity's coming too. Like people like, don't put cash, you're going to lose. I'm telling you, cash was king in 2010, 11. It was absolutely amazing. I bought my best assets then. The same thing's going to happen with this. So it's like, you just don't want it sitting there 6 months, 12 months, a year. But sometimes cash does work when opportunities strike because you can quickly fund them. So.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.
Okay, bud.
Robert, Grant,
have a good one, Grant. See you.
I'll let you know how it goes. See you guys.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna let one more person on, and then we'll give our cute little announcement. Let's see who we got. Hello.
Hey Zach, how you doing?
What's up? Welcome back. He was on yesterday. What's up?
Feeling much better today, but
All right.
I did lose all my money yesterday in options.
Bro, why are you doing options?
I don't know. I got a little overconfident, but you know what?
Do it.
You know what? I learned a lesson. I was a little being naive. I'm gonna just move on from there. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's good.
Don't worry, I've lost money in it too. So
Wholesaling.
I just did it sooner than you. I got it out of the way.
Well, make that money. Mel,
God wants me to work for my money. That's what I'm gonna say.
All right, man. Well, let's get it, dude. What's going on, man? What questions you got?
Yeah. So right now, like yesterday, I had the same question about boots on the ground. So with boots on the ground, how do we coordinate with them? So like, how should we coordinate with them? Like $50 per visit, right? That's one thing. Like, so how should we like, for example, I'm working with a realtor, let's say. I need to get them like the house key, all of those type of things.
Okay, so number one, pictures. Literally find some with an iPhone, 50 pics of the house, right? 75, $50. Next, have a realtor walk the cash buyer through the property, in and out, boom, done. That's your partner inspecting the property. That's a realtor walking them through.
Yeah, you're just going to have to find the right person that you can trust to do that. It might not be the first person. It might take you a few, but eventually you'll find someone. Do not overcomplicate this part.
Yeah, they're literally walking through the property. They're like, they don't talk to the seller. You're good to go.
And with the lockbox, we can use a realtor's lockbox, can we? Or should we get the boots on the ground to?
You need seller's permission before you put a lockbox on their property.
Yeah, they got to be.
And if we don't get permission, what should we do? Let's say they say no
don't do
lockbox.
It's not your house.
Yeah,
you don't own the property.
Yeah. So then, how will cash buyers inspect in that situation?
Well, the seller would have to go meet you at the house. with the realtor and cash buyer.
Or your boots on the ground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They
Realtor
say
gets
usually
boots
don't
like
mix them up because of the deals or whatever.
I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, though, if they're not letting you access the property and you have to bring a boots on the ground, your quote unquote partner, that's all you can do. Like, I don't know any other options.
You don't have any other option other than that. You have to fund it and take the risk.
Breaking into a house is never an option.
Yeah, it's not your house.
So,
you gotta get their permission.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's the name of the game for virtual. You just have to have your cash buyer that is very much vetted, and they know not to talk to the seller.
And that's one thing. And what about I also was taking a look at Sub2 and Creative Finance. That's one hell of a game.
It's a game, man. It ain't a game I'd be playing right now, though. I'm telling you right now, this is not the time to be doing it. But we still do them. There's so much equity out there on deals. It's just not worth it too much. Most sellers, deals are just selling right now. Deals are selling too fast at too high prices for even a lease option to work for a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And I get people saying, "Oh, Sub2's the best right now. You know, creative financing is the best right now." Prove me wrong. Like, prove me wrong. How? Look at the sheer number of people doing deals from wholesaling versus creative financing. Now we do both of them. I prefer creative financing actually because it's just better ROI. The problem is just the amount of creative financing deals versus wholesaling deals is completely different.
Well, listen, creative financing, you can't force them. They typically come from your wholesaling leads. That's a fact. Like, nobody debates that. So let me ask you, Joel, have you done a wholesale deal yet?
No, working on one. I was close to getting one though, but
okay. So let's talk about this. You said creative financing. What was the words you used to describe it? You said it's a show or something like that.
It's just a different ball of wax.
Okay. So like you see creative financing and it seems like super like sexy, right? Sounds really good. Like it's a lot of people think creative financing is going to fix their wholesaling gap. It's not. It's actually going to expose it even more. You have to get a firm foundation of how real estate investing works. Wholesaling is the fundamental. And if you don't get those fundamentals and you jump to creative financing because you think wholesaling is too hard, you're going to create more and more problems.
I always say make $100K before you in wholesaling, before you even get into it, because it's like doing one thing then the other. It gets crazy, right? It's oh my gosh.
I'm just telling you, this is my opinion, and Zach's too. You should get a firm foundation of wholesaling. Creative financing is a complement to wholesaling, and the leads come from wholesaling. So if you try to just go to creative financing, it's hard because the way creative financing is being taught for the most part, I only do creative financing on positive cash flow, meaning the day I fund it, everything like that, I'm walking away putting profit in my bank account. Okay. I see a lot of people out there teaching, put down $20,000 downstroke and then you'll earn $300 a month. Okay. Well, if I put down 20 grand and I only got $5,000 from the new person that moved in, you're $15,000 in the hole. It's going to take you like 3 to 5 years to get out of that hole. And you did a deal, congratulations, but now you have to you got to ride it out and everything has to go perfect for you to get a hole in 3 years. That's kind of like working for free to a point. So creative financing is a little bit more of an advanced strategy. It's a conversation. And the more wholesale deals you get, you understand what qualifies for wholesaling. And when a creative comes up, especially on like a probate deal, you can kind of plug and play. But a lot of the industry is telling you, well, creative financing will make you so much better and more able than wholesalers. That's not true. Okay. Wholesaling is wholesaling. If you have someone who needs to sell a property quick and needs to be funded, wholesaling 9 times out of 10 is going to be the best method. A creative financing, the opportunity pops up. And if it works, you know how to do the paperwork and the lingo, then it works really well.
I would just focus on wholesaling now and you can get a creative financing next.
Skipping to go to creative financing because you think it's easier will make things so much harder for you. Trust me on this one.
That's what we've seen.
Yeah, I should not find shortcuts.
Well, you're not going to get a shortcut. And that's how not everyone, but people package it up. Like, why wholesale when you can just pay full price? Sounds sexy, doesn't it?
Yep. Well, it sounds very sexy to me.
Pay full price until the market adjusts 10 to 20%. And then all of a sudden that full price deal you bought like 6 months ago is not that sexy anymore.
And then the market crashes. Let's say, imagine happens tomorrow. Then
now we don't know if the market's going to
can
crash. It's
wholesale,
going to
dude.
adjust.
You could still wholesale.
You can
easy.
wholesale. Wholesaling's
We'll break it down tomorrow, though. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to reveal it, but I'm telling you right now, focus on wholesaling right now.
Yeah.
That is the
wholesaling is
fundamental.
perfect for any type of change in the market, up
Mhm.
or down. I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter in wholesaling because you're not riding out the 2-year curve. At most, you're riding out 30 days, and prices don't massively adjust in 30 days. Very
And if
rarely
you're
ever.
struggling at deals now and you want to get that cash now, creative financing, you won't get a check till month 4 or 5, especially if they put money up. So
You got to
and
see enough
profit.
scenarios in creative financing to understand what's a good deal and what's not a good deal. If somebody has to tell you what a good deal in creative financing is, then you're going under their terms.
Mm-hmm. By the way, for ARV, now I'm kind of, because it's a seller's market, hot seller's market. Some people are not going to accept the average ARV we usually do, right? Like 70%. Some are not even accepting like 83%. But then at the same time, repair costs are like crazy with the inflation today. So like
Yeah.
it's hard to include them all in at once. So like you
No,
guys
you
just
can.
go by one calculation, or like what exactly?
yeah, go to freewholesaling.com. ARV minus repairs multiplied by about usually 83% for most markets.
Mhm.
If the ARV is under 120K, you can use 70%.
The 70% is an old 20-year rule
Yeah, but
that it's just not even modern anymore. So Joel, have you
Exactly.
gone through freewholesaling.com completely?
I've gone through a lot of it. Not
Well, it's
complete,
just on
but-
there in the module, and that's how we calculate it.
Mhm.
Go through
And
the whole
repa-
thing 2 or 3 times.
Mhm.
You're getting it for free. So I'm just telling you, like I would, I'm not going to say memorize it, but if I had that opportunity when I first got started out, I would have done anything for it. And you just need to take advantage of it. Most of the stuff's in there to get you started. That's why we created the course. And one of the reasons we made it for free, so people like you have the opportunity, regardless of your financial status, to be a successful wholesaler.
I'm actually gotta be very thankful to that. Not a lot
Yeah.
of people in this industry is doing that, and you guys are the
That's
only ones.
crazy. Everybody keeps telling us we have a catch to it, and I'm just telling you.
That's what I'm in my mind. I'm expecting a catch. I'm expecting you guys to screw me or something, but it's not happening.
Dude, I've been doing this 20 years. So like I don't even have to do this. I told you I'm doing it. Remind me why I'm doing it, Joel.
Just to teach us.
It's my legacy. That's it.
Mhm.
Like honestly, I pass it down and go, man, Rick, that was amazing when he had that run and he taught everybody. And we're looking to change the business. You guys are being taught the same way it was taught 20 years ago, when there was all secrets. There's no more secrets. Anybody tells you the secret, they're flat out lying to you. Like wholesaling is so basic, there is no secrets. So there might be a secret in 2 and some of the other strategies, but not much. So
Mhm. I
okay.
appreciate you guys. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Appreciate you,
I
man.
appreciate it, Joel. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Have a good one.
She's my tag too. I don't even know what the phone calls say. I respect people's businesses. I would never record a call or do anything like that. I get the information from you guys. And I just think this whole sales staff with people answering phone, that's how you scale coaching. And kudos, it's a great business plan, but like we are treating people like numbers when we do it like this. And you're putting people on there. If the guy's sole income is to make commissions off the sale of that program, then he's going to fight. And you're the one that's going to pay the price because he doesn't know you. She doesn't know you. All they know, if they don't get a sale on that, their boss is going to come down on them and they're going to miss out on some money. And 25% of these, I mean, those are big ticket items. That's a lot of cash.
I know. I'm telling you right now. So it says 60 of us on here, 54 likes. Hit that like button. Hashtag let's go Carson. I love it.
That's cool.
I love it. But let's get some good questions on here. Zach and Rick, how do you prevent getting sued if we plan to back out of a property, especially on market? So back out before the inspection period is over. I'll go first because you're more experienced with this than me, obviously. If you want to not get sued, get out during the inspection period. People on market deals get out of contracts so probably more often than wholesalers. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my God.
Especially
So-
first-time home buyers. How many wholesales do we have that the buyer's always like gone out of it?
So I would say it's close to a 50% cancel rate because
For ARVs and new buyers, FHA loans, oh my gosh, you would push it even higher.
I've had literally houses I've owned less than a year, perfect, brand new, high-end homes, perfect shape. They do an inspection and they come back every time. I don't care what it is. Everybody asks for $5,000 or $10,000. They're always in $5,000 increments. And this is like realtor like training like 101. I don't even blame it to a point, but I'm just telling you, it's like a 50. If I say no, then the contract goes through and we do it again. So number one, anybody can sue you for anything. So we're the way the U.S. laws work, I hate it. Do you know in other countries, if you sue somebody and you lose, you have to pay all court costs, settlement, and then you're immediately countersued, and then the judge decides what you're owed for that person wasting your time. If they did that in the United States, we would free up the court system. There would be a lot of unemployed lawyers, but 50% of lawyers prove me right every day in life. So as far as being expected, do the right thing. Make sure you have secured funding and you understand what you're doing. And if you have a 7-day inspection period, do not wait till the 7th day to get out of it if you know it's not going to work out. Figure it out by day 3, 4, at worst 5. That's where a lot of people, like I see people, oh, Rick, I got a 30-day inspection. Do not wait till like 29 or 30 day to figure it out. Remember, there's somebody on the other end of that transaction and they're depending on you. So like take care of it. So if you're going to go on market, make sure you follow the terms because the other realtor is going to hold your butt to the fire. And that's where you can get in big trouble. So you have to play 100% by the rules on the market and understanding there's a lot of unscrupulous realtors that will manipulate. Do you know like how inspections work? It depends on when you sign it for a mutually exclusive contract, executed contract. There's so many games played. A lot of times that 7 days turns into 5 days.
Oh yeah.
We used to do cute little things like the inspection period. My realtor used to write in there, it's 7 business days. And after 5 p.m. that day doesn't count, and weekends, basically nights and weekends didn't count. So your 7 days turn into like 10 or 11. Like read your contracts brutally careful and pay attention and do not assume anything. When you write the contract directly with your seller, then you know the information you're putting there. But once again, be fair with the seller, be honest, be transparent. And remember, you're looking for win-win situations. Odds are if you're putting a property on market under contract and you're already like trying to figure out how to get out of it, you're probably paying too much for it.
I agree 100%. So I'm going to ask here again, like, how do you get out of the contract? Like, is there any documents? Honestly, what I've seen is a written agreement. Either you both have to sign a cancellation or sometimes in writing that'll work, right? Like what have you seen?
So to get out of a contract, both parties, so other than an inspection, so say you've gone past the inspection and you're in a contract and you want out, you better have a real heart-to-heart with the seller or at least the seller's agent because you're going to have issues. Okay. They're not in the, you got to understand, like, so people can back out of a contract. You got to try to do the right thing because if you back out and try to hide under a rock, that's when you get sued.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys got to understand when you sue somebody on a contract, it is a long, tumultuous process. I've been through it. I waited 5 years on one deal to settle it. 5 years. It was so ridiculous. And because the seller, I show up at the closing table, we moved the closing 3 or 4 times. I kept playing the game. I finally just said, listen, I'm sick of this. And I went and got a lawyer. And now the house was vacant. She wasn't living in it. It was a beat up rental property. I'm just saying, when you say you're going to sue someone, you've got to be prepared to pull $15,000 to $20,000 in your pocket and go under extreme scrutiny. So most people don't want to sue. Here's a little hint. The person that tells you they're going to sue you, they don't sue you. The quiet person that walks away, be very, what's the Bugs Bunny goes? Oh, who's the guy who hunted Bugs Bunny?
Be very quiet.
Be very quiet. Very careful. I always say very careful. Like when he's hunting and walking away. I'm telling you, the people when I was younger and I didn't know everything I was doing. I got sued for over $1 million on a very large contract. And boy, they worked me and I learned I had to play by the rules going after that. So the person goes, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. I always laugh at those people because they have no idea what it takes. But most people don't have the fortitude to pay a lawyer for 3 to 5 years to sue you for performance. Like, it's just not worth it. And guys, you never ever want to diss the homeowner. They're the ones that's going to make your life difficult, because if they get to a DA or a district attorney, that's an unlimited budget, and you are going to be in trouble.
A DA is not going to come when you back out of a deal. That's more of a civil thing.
That's a civil one. I'm just saying if there's any type of abuse. But guys, stop looking about how to get out of the contract. The only reason we've ever got out of a contract is because we were lied to, or people are playing, or someone just says, listen, grandma was going to sell the house, but she's looked around. She can't afford to go anywhere else. She's going to say, I'm not suing her. I'm just going to move on. Grandma, if it ever changes, here's our card. Keep us in mind. Our contract's going to be on file, ready to go for you. And that's it. You do not sue homeowners. The only time a homeowner would even deserve a lawsuit if they sign multiple contracts with bad intentions, but even that is very, very difficult for you to even win. So if they completely lie to me, that's a different story. If I found out the foundation's cracked and 4 other buyers have backed out because of it, and they lie to me, I will get out of that contract in a heartbeat. I don't even care what the inspection period is.
True.
Because sometimes because if that ever goes to court, you should be able to be cleared on it. But stop looking about how to get on the contract. Just look to find motivated sellers that want to work with you. And if you have to play a game with a motivated seller, like the roof's bad and the AC's bad, but they keep saying it's good, put it under contract for them out and say, listen, I'm coming back with an inspector. And if that roof is bad and the AC is, we have to adjust the price. Do you agree with that? They go, yeah. That's the game we play. And I'm okay with that. But if you're always looking for a way out, look for a way in. I rarely cancel on contracts, guys. I don't want to go. Listen, we have deals. We got probably 10 or 12 deals where we just can't make the numbers work. We keep in communication, keep working with them, and wholesalers keep disappointing them. Eventually, they will see the light at the end of the tunnel with us. But the worst thing you do is sign that contract and then you can't perform. Then you have no option. There's no follow-up because they feel like you burnt them. You do not want to be that wholesaler. There's guys in my town, that's all they do. They throw everything under contract and they disappoint most of the people. And for that reason, look for a way to stay in a contract and make sure you're writing the offer for the correct amount. It's much easier to get under contract for the correct amount than go back and play this game. Somebody coined it in the business. It's called the haircut. I'm not going to tell you who coined phrase that, but it's an unethical practice where you put it under contract for one price and then you come back to the closing table and tell them you can't do that price. That is, you just got no moral compass if you do that. I'm sorry. Now, if somebody lied to you, misrepresented, you're not giving a haircut. You're just telling them, listen, you misrepresented the property. Because of this, I have to adjust the price $15,000. So
the haircut's a messed up one.
That was a lot.
Sometimes we've done haircuts.
I got a haircut.
Oh my gosh.
Got a lot of things going on in my hair. So
oh my gosh.
it's
So
another story.
That's good.
You got a lot of hair, though. He's got a lot of hair.
Where are we at here? All right. Got a good question here is, for those who have a 9-to-5, like what steps would you take if you start out? So it's like, you're working 9-to-5. It's like, you obviously are a little more different than the average person getting started, but I think a lot of people were working 9-to-5. So I think
I worked 7 to 6.
You have to be, yeah.
No, I did. I mean, that was my hours. I had to be in at 7 and I was lucky to leave the office at 6. So I'm going to do this because I live this one. Okay. You have 24 hours. You have the same amount of time as me and Zach on this earth as everybody else watching this show. If you got to go out and support your family, that's it. You do what you got to do. If you're not taking care of your family, you're failing. So you got to take care of your family first. I don't care how many jobs you got, but take that time outside of work and work on your hustle. If it's wholesaling, I don't even care what it is. Guys, you got 24 hours a day. These people like 9 to 5. The reality is, what are you working? What, 2.5, 3 hours? Maybe you have a more physical demanding job, but even if you get home at like 6 o'clock and get dinner, that gives you, in theory, another 4 to 6 hours to work on your business, getting enough sleep, taking care of yourself. Do not neglect your family. Guys, there's 24 hours in the day. 9 to 5 is only 8 hours. And honestly, by the time I throw in your lunch break, your commute, and your breaks in between, what are you really working when you do it? Like 9 to 5, I don't even know how they came up with those numbers.
I know.
Could you imagine working 9 to 5?
Nope.
So you get trained like that. Oh, no, that's, if you want to be the special 5-6%, 9 to 5, you have to laugh at and go, nobody gets anything like productive done in 9 to 5. Most people just sit around pushing papers and they want to look busy. And that's why they have water cooler talk, long lunch breaks, employee reviews, all that other fun stuff. Not that it's not important, but I'm just telling you, you lose the 9 to 5 mentality. But once you get out of there, take care of family, you easily have 4 to 6 hours, 7 days a week to work on your business. That gives you 40 hours to work on your business. There is no excuse.
That's it. So guys, smash the like button and subscribe. So if you want more stuff that we do, more fun jazz we like to do, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll be giving more information about wholesaling, more free wholesaling stuff. You see it behind us. Free wholesaling. Hold up.
Oh, am
Free wholesaling. Freewholesaling.com. Go there, check it out. But guys, don't complicate making your first 100K. It's more simple than a lot of you guys think. And it's all about going out there and taking action. So go out here and take action, change your life.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, guys. So
I love it.
Let's get it, guys. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys like the announcement. Be out there soon. We'll be sharing some more info on that. But hashtag Let's Go Carson. Appreciate it. Love it, guys. So get any value, smash that like button, subscribe, check out freewholesaling.com, and we're excited about it. So tomorrow you're going live.
Yeah, we're going to talk about markets.
What the market crashes, game plan.
And guys,
what to do
man,
there.
I live this one, but I have some information, so I would like to dedicate the entire time to it. So if you want to kind of learn, and we'll have an open conversation, and we'll talk about it, because guys, wholesaling it's pretty much bulletproof as far as market changes. I'm just telling you that. Like, people are like, what are you going to do if the market changes? I go, I'm going to make a lot of money. What do you do if the market's really good? I'm going to make a lot of money. It never changes in 20 years. It's just the ebb and flow changes a little bit, and some of your tactics change. And I'll be happy to share that with you, because I ain't got no secrets. So
appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much. What are you going to say?
Let's go, Carson.
Let's go, Carson. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Appreciate
I'll see you
it.
tomorrow, man.